Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Arayan is here, and I want to start this video by saying that I've been to almost 50 countries, and within Russia I've been to about 30 regions, and so I think I've collected enough data to tell you about the crazy differences between Russia and the world. So let's start. It's normal to start a war in Russia. Other countries do not start a war. I'm kidding, of course. I was just anticipating such comments, but I've decided that I'm gonna leave such topic off the table in this video. So let's proceed on to the first one. There is the no smile policy. It became a boring meme. Russians do not smile. Russians have a Slavic face. I didn't want to include this, but it's real. I've been to Sri Lanka recently, and there people just smile. It felt like every person had an obligation to smile at me. And I have a friend in Sri Lanka, and I asked her, do people smile at me just because I'm a foreigner? And she said, no, people just smile. They were smiling at me just when I walking by, and they were smiling at me. It was very confusing after coming from Russia, and so before that I was in the other parts of the Southeast Asia, and people there also smile, but Sri Lanka was the next level. And in Russia people just do not smile. By the way, there is India next to Sri Lanka, and there people also don't smile, at least in Bengaluru. I wanna give a hot take now. So if you're a beautiful Russian woman, or just beautiful woman in general, then you have a luxury not to smile. You can just keep a so-called Slavic face, it's okay for you. But if you're ugly, then you gotta smile. We Russian men, most of us have to smile. But the thing with Russia is that if you're gonna smile at the stranger, you're gonna be considered schizophrenic. Okay, on to the next one. So I think I have a lot of things to say in this one. I have friends from another countries, and they make me knock on the wood like this. I tell them sometimes, you're gonna win, you're gonna be successful, and they tell me, knock on the wood 3 times. In Russia you will have to knock on the wood as well, but there are other superstitions too. So let's start with the first one. The pre-trip sit. Before leaving for a long journey, everyone in the house must sit down in silence for a minute to ensure a safe trip. Then we have no whistling indoors. Don't whistle, otherwise there will be no money. That's what my relative used to tell me. And now I have no skill of whistling. Next one. The flower rule. Never give an even number of flowers to a living person. Even numbers are strictly for the funerals. So if you want to give your you shouldn't give your boyfriend flowers in Russia. If you want to give your girlfriend flowers, then you gotta give her 11 or 13 or 15 flowers, not 12, not 14, as long as she is not dead. The next one is less common. When I was a kid, my grandpa used to tell me, don't move your legs under the table, because someone from our family will die. It's some serious butterfly effect. I'm gonna move my legs, and throughout some sophisticated connections, it will reach my relative, and my relative gonna hit by a truck. Such a crazy nonsense, but I genuinely didn't do it until I was 10 or so. And so the next one I think is dead already. When I was a kid, dropping utensils meant that some neighbor will come to our house or some guest. If you dropped a fork, it meant that a man will come to our house. If you dropped a spoon, it meant that a woman will come to our house. And now I don't have any idea why this superstition existed at the first place, but regarding every other superstition, I think you can find a justification for them. Don't whistle because it will be just noisy. And so people created the superstition. The flower rule is kind of tricky, so let's move to the next one. There is a dashcam culture, ladies and gentlemen, in Russia. Perhaps you remember the meteor videos in 2013. It had so many angles, it felt like it was made in Hollywood, but it was just due to the fact that there are a lot of dashcams on Russian cars. Also, if you saw the car accident videos, chances are they were filmed, recorded somewhere in Russia. I don't remember seeing so many dashcams anywhere else. Besides, I don't see the point in dashcams, because the big brother is watching us, ladies and gentlemen. So what's the point? The ice bath thing that became popular not so long ago. If you ever tried to freeze your testicles in a cold water, then the morjevание might be a good match for you. In Russia, people were doing this for a long time. On 19th January, Orthodox Christians celebrate the Epiphany of the Lord. This day commemorates the baptism of Jesus Christ in the Jordan River, accompanied by traditions of blessing the water, visiting churches, and immersion in the ice hole. Ice hole, ladies and gentlemen, if you're gonna do it, make sure you're gonna jump in a static water. Don't jump in a river, because under the ice, river has motion, and once you jump, you're just gonna be moved and you're gonna be stuck under the ice. I saw such videos on Telegram where people did this fatal mistake. It was the last mistake of their lives. Very tragic. So, on to the next one. Pickled food. There is a big variety of pickled food in Russia. Before making this video, I've consulted my friends regarding this list, and some of them say that pickled food is actually not some exclusive thing about Russia. You're tripping, Daniel. But hey, have you tried pickled apples? And they were the best. I also heard that someone was talking about pickled watermelon. They probably do it somewhere in the south of Russia. I think Chinese people are on the same vibrations with Russians regarding pickled food. Also Middle Easterns. I love slightly salt pickled cucumbers. In Russia they used to have Lay's with exactly this taste. For the last one, I wanted to have something ridiculous and not instantly obvious. So I've asked my friend from another country what she can tell me about the differences between Russia and the world, and she said the following. So she saw that in Russia, when people are in a public bus, they use cards to pay for the ride. You need to attach your card to the instrument in the entrance of a bus. Sometimes buses are fully packed and you just need to pass your card to a next sitting person, and he will pass it forward to the instrument, and then they will pass it back to you. Does it mean that Russia is a high trust society? I don't think so. But this card passing thing became a usual thing. I was in Philippines a few months ago, and there a guy stands next to the bus and he calls people, and you need to pay him and he will pay the driver and they will give you money back. So how does it work in your country, ladies and gentlemen? Please write down below. And I think this is the end of the video. Let me know if anything that I've mentioned reminded you of your country. See you in my next one.